What's the word? Now check it out. Hey, it's your boy Klasic from Klasic Live. I got the homie OG Corn Dog in the building, man. And salute to the homie. It's his birthday today, man. So we ain't gonna keep it all. We ain't gonna have no long drawn out shit, man. We just gonna do what we gotta do and get up out of there, man. Hey, but before we get started, I'm gonna need y'all to do two things. Make sure you hit that like, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. And make sure you just get us in the algorithm of whatever platform that you're watching us on right now, man.
Right.
And, man, we got a crazy one. Matter of fact, we got Mike in the building saying happy birthday, Corn DZ.
Oh, good looking out, man. Yeah, man. There we go. That Corn DZ. They done brought it up in here. That's what it is. Corn DZ.
Sir. Yes, sir. Now.
Yep.
Man, this is a doozy, man. We got a crazy situation going on with the rapper Mystikal, man. He finally pled guilty to some RAPE charges, third degree, and this is all stemming from something that happened in 2022. Now, the crazy part about this is people saying that, people lying on him and everything, but he had a case where he spent 18 months in jail over something that happened in 2017. 2012, he was in jail for 81 days. In 2003, he had a conviction. So this is his third situation where he's dealing with some type of assault and dealing with the female. So I don't know if you can always say that it's the females lying on him, because I'm hearing that narrative. And then some people are saying that, this dude just actually need help. Like when he was talking about danger, he was the one that was doing it. So, it's not looking too good for the boy Mystikal, Michael Tyler. I'm not going to lie. He was one of my favorite artists from the No Limit era. Like, dude, extremely talented. And people are saying that this dude is damn near throwing away his whole legacy at doing 20 years. He's like what? He's in his, let's say, early 50s, if so, and 20 years from now, you getting out in your 70s, your life is over. Hopefully you can live and actually make it up out of that. He's been in jail for a long time, so that sometimes served. But overall, you still have a lot of time that's left on the table that you have to serve. Now, is he guilty of this? We're going to have to go check out this video and see the evidence of what they have. In my opinion, for you to get targeted behind something like this multiple times, you got to have some type of truth to it, sad to say, and I really believe like this has really tarnished his whole legacy, all this hard work that he put out there, man. And I don't think there's no coming back from that, bro. Like, Corny, what you think about this whole situation, Brody?
Truly, I didn't know that it was 3 times that he was charged for this. I thought it was just 2 times. I remember the first time he did his stint, he got out, and there was some, maybe a 2 or 3 year span of him being free, and then he goes back in for the same charges. Now, like you were saying, he definitely tarnished he destroyed his career with that. The man, when he first hit the scene, I remember his first video, and that was before he was with No Limit. You know what I mean? And when I seen that, I was like, yo, this is different. This is a different flow. This is a different cadence. This is completely different. And then when he got a hold, when Master P got a hold of him, it went to the evolution of who he was. He evolved. Not only did he evolve, he actually had lyrics, not lyrics, the storytelling part of it was amazing. He was truly a good storyteller when it come to him and his art. And I'm pretty much ashamed of him. Not only am I ashamed of him, I have to say that that man is right there where he is supposed to be.
Hey,
You've been charged once, twice, three times a lady.
3 times a felon.
uh, somebody ain't lying when it comes to that. Now, once you're a rapist, twice you're a serial rapist, three times when you go home, and I mean the home that you're in right now, I'm pretty sure there's some guy up there named Buttman.
Shut the fuck up.
There's somebody up in there named Buttman. Where he at? And he been in there too long. And I don't care if it is a celebrity. You're not gonna survive that.
Nah.
Somebody's coming to get you. They know who you are. And let me tell you this: when you in that place, they're looking for people like that.
Oh yeah.
And when they're looking for people like that, they're coming to get you. They probably already got him. I'm not gonna lie. And where did this happen at? Where did this happen?
Man,
The latest one. Was it in the South? Don't say it was in the South.
Louisiana, bro. You know about
Oh my
Angola.
God. He done met Buttman of that pod or that jail. He done met Buttman. He know who Buttman is. He probably avoiding Buttman. He don't want to be in that pod with him. And Buttman looking for him.
Yeah, he really messed up, bro. It's
Yo,
looking good.
this, I mean, the artistry of it, I respect the hell out of that. Because he brought something that was totally different at that time when he did it. They started calling him the James Brown of rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was the only one that was doing things like that in rap. I remember that song, I Smell Smoke. Man, I used to love that song, bro. That shit was hard. But I can't respect you as a man.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? I cannot do it. I have a 7-year-old daughter. And for what you did 3 times, not twice, twice is enough. Once is enough. But you did it 3 times? I have no respect for you. And I'm going to say this. Yeah, you get what you deserve. I'm sorry. He was convicted. The evidence was there. And if the evidence told the story the way it was supposed to be told, and the jury convict you of that, then you're right there where you're supposed to be.
Hey, now there's one caveat to this situation. They saying that this latest victim is allegedly his baby mama. So, do that change any story?
No. No, that doesn't. Because it's all about her testimony.
Another
if the
thing,
jury,
they said the boy testified against him.
Who?
The boy, I think one of his kids.
Against him?
Yeah. Like being a witness to what happened.
Then what are we talking about?
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got your own seed against you. Yo, That's totally not cool. If you got your seed testifying against you, that I didn't know either. You know what I'm saying? But still, though, 3 times, once is enough. And let me tell you this: when I was up in there, and we was reading the newspapers every day, because everybody was reading the newspapers every day, because they wanted to know who the hell was coming in that motherfucker. They looking for motherfuckers like him. And as soon as he hit and touchdown, they go get him. I'm sure he already been got. I don't care what nobody say. He been there too long for him not to get got on what's and they know his history.
Hey, the crazy
He ain't got enough money. He don't have enough money to keep himself protected like that, bro.
He been in there for a couple of years, and we haven't heard anything like, hey, you know, Mystikal got assaulted or X, Y, and Z.
Right. Yeah, we ain't heard nothing. We don't need to hear that. But I know that, yeah, you're not going to survive for being in there that long on that charge. They are looking for you. They want you. They're the ones, those are the ones they're looking for. I'm telling you, dude, if he ain't been got, he already been got. I'm telling you that now.
Sad story, bro. Like you said, he really ruined his whole legacy, and it's really a shame. And the reason why I brought up the fact of it being his baby mama, they saying allegedly, because people were saying like, oh, you know, I heard 2 different narratives. One, I heard that the lawyers that he had basically effed him over and made him say that he was guilty to some stuff that he wasn't really guilty of. And then 2, I was hearing they were saying the baby mama was the actual victim. So they were saying like, oh, you know, she was a scorned woman. She was jealous and just put him in a trick bag. So, you know, I'm just saying that to be devil's advocate. But from my own opinion, if you got caught up with this stuff multiple times from other people, and then now this same situation happening again, you got to have some type of guilt to that. You know, like if you was alleged to be in that type of shit the first time and that wasn't you, I'm pretty sure you would try to do your hardest not to ever get caught up in that same type of shit unless you some dumbass, you know. So, hey, they say a zebra don't change its stripes and shit. So it's looking real bad for your boy Mystikal, man. So,
it is. Yeah. Don't look good. I
got this video. I want to check it out. The last time that we checked out Seti Nash video, it kind of panned out decent. So, you know, let's see if he can be 2 for 2 with the correct information about what's going on, man. Yeah, man. So let me share this screen real quick, man. This is so like, man.
Yeah, let's check this out.
Yeah, man. Mystikal just became a warning to every rapper watching. I could have swore this nigga changed his title, because before I think it said something like he about to die in jail, which is it sounds harsh, but it might be kind of true, man. But let's go.
Louisiana rapper Mystikal is going to die in prison, and dare I say, good riddance. He tried to pull this yesterday.
Oh, wow. Right, just like me, huh?
Developing tonight, Louisiana rapper Mystikal is asking a judge to take back his guilty plea in a 2022 rape case. This motion was filed on Friday. He is scheduled to be sentenced tomorrow. Mystikal's real name's Michael Tyler, and he claims he did not have enough time to consider the consequences before accepting that deal back in March. Tyler pled guilty to a reduced charge of third-degree rape with a sentence cap of 20 years.
Ultimately, it didn't work. He still got his ass 20 years.
Mystikal has been sentenced to 20 years in prison without the possibility of parole on a third-degree rape charge.
A case we were following closely. Louisiana First News reporter Michelle Maslon has the latest details from Ascension Parish.
After years of legal proceedings, the case against Louisiana rapper Mystikal reaches its conclusion. The 55-year-old New Orleans native, whose real name is Michael Tyler, was sentenced to 20 years in prison.
I think as a celebrity, sometimes.
Damn.
Prosecutors say Tyler sexually assaulted a woman at his Prairieville home in 2022. During the sentencing hearing, the victim delivered an emotional impact statement. She told the court she was raped and tortured for hours while pleading for her life. She went to the hospital where she was given a rape kit, which showed injuries consistent with her account of what happened. She said the assault continues to impact her physical and mental health 4 years later. Tyler spoke before the court imposed its sentence after hearing the victim speak. He said, "If that's what I did, I deserve every day of this sentence. I'm sorry. I hope you heal." The judge thanked both for addressing the court before handing down the sentence.
Yo, let's take a little short break, man. So the first thing I heard earlier, they said, what's the correct verbiage? Basically, he was saying his lawyer made him sign something that he wasn't privy to.
Hold up. Run that back. You said his lawyer made him sign what?
Made him sign a paper that he wasn't.
And mental health 4 years later, where she was given a rape kit, which showed 2022. During the sentencing hearing, the victim delivered an emotion at its conclusion. The 55-year-old New Orleans native, whose real name
Details from Ascension Parish.
And you can hear it in the background.
After years of legal proceedings, the case against Louisiana rapper Mystikal reaches its conclusion. The 55-year-old New Orleans native, whose real name is Michael Tyler, was sentenced to 20 years in prison.
I think as a celebrity, sometimes trouble finds him.
Prosecutors say Tyler sexually assaulted a woman at his Prairieville home in 2022. During the sentencing hearing, the victim delivered an emotional impact statement. She told the court she was raped and tortured for hours while pleading for her life. She went to the hospital where she was given a rape kit, which showed injuries consistent with her account of what happened. She said the assault continues to impact her physical and mental health 4 years later. Tyler spoke before the court imposed its sentence after hearing the victim speak. He said, "If that's what I did, I deserve every day of this sentence. I'm sorry. I hope you heal." The judge thanked both for addressing the court before handing down the sentence. Tyler will receive credit for time already served. Upon his release from prison, he'll be required to register as a sex offender. This is not his first.
Okay, yeah, I'm tripping. I heard it a little bit earlier where he was saying something about the lawyers. Was saying that basically he was blaming it on the lawyers, stating that the lawyers made him sign the papers that he wasn't real privy to. Now, do you believe that, or that sound like a Crockett SHIT?
Huh. They gave that man a max, first of all. I don't know about the lawyer shit. I don't think I heard anything about that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Where he had to sign something to this and that. Or the thing about it is, he thought that he was going to get the 2, I think. Because they said 2 to 20 at first. Up to 20 years. They gave that man the max. It doesn't even matter what he told his lawyer. If this is your third time doing this, you deserve the max. That's the judge. The judge is going to determine that.
If you're getting max time, they're not just going to do that on your. Well, they could do that if it was your first offense, but in this particular case, it's not your first offense.
Right.
It's the third time, so of course they're going to, they're not playing with you anymore.
Right. So it doesn't even matter. Like, did he plead guilty?
That's the thing. He pled guilty, but then later on said that he wanted to plead not guilty because of the misunderstanding that he had with the lawyers. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I have to rewind it again, but I could have swore they just said that now too, and I heard that previously also. So that's why I stopped the video. I was like, are you believing that shit?
He got duped.
You think so?
It sounds like it.
You think so?
It sounds like he got duped.
Shit, you want to just run it back? It's 2 minutes.
Yeah, let's go back.
Right.
Go back.
Let's do that because I could have swore I heard that being said. So let's Rewind.
Yeah.
He tried to
Replay
pull this
game.
stunt yesterday, right here.
Developing tonight, Louisiana rapper Mystikal is asking a judge to take back his guilty plea in a 2022 rape case. This motion was filed on Friday. He is scheduled to be sentenced tomorrow. Mystikal's real name's Michael Tyler, and he claims he did not have enough time to consider the consequences before accepting that deal back in March.
See, so they said that he wanted to take back his guilty plea because he didn't have enough time to consider all the ramifications about everything. So
I get it now.
So you think his lawyers rushed him or something?
On that part right there, legally, once you plead, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And it ain't no coming back from that. That's your one time to plead your innocence. You understand what I'm saying? If you felt that you were truly innocent, you would have said not guilty. You pleaded guilty? You pled guilty. There's no coming back from that. Once you say that, the judge determines that. And the case goes on from there so the judge can forget about the case once it's done.
Yeah, man. The only way I can say that he pled, I'll plead guilty to that, is if they said that he had some other type of charges, but I'm pretty sure he was aware of the charges that was being, put in front of him. So it's like you said, there's no excuse for that.
Look, think about this.
Guilty and then not guilty.
Yeah, think about this. If he'd have pled not guilty and got convicted, they would have definitely gave him the max because he pled not guilty. Now, the part where he'll plead guilty is the part where there's some type of deal on the table. Right? Wouldn't you say? Because that's how it works. It works like that. So, where's the deal? The deal is 20 years? I should have said not guilty. I understand his point now. But that doesn't hold back the fact that you've been charged for this 3 times.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay? You can sit there and plead not guilty and think you're going to get less from the time of 20, but that's what they're going to give you if you pled not guilty and you was convicted of it. You're going to get the max. And they gave you the max for pleading guilty? It does sound something fishy in there. You know what I'm saying? Because when you plead guilty, there's a deal in play for you to get less time.
Yeah.
So they wind up giving him the max. I understand that part. That, maybe there's something fishy going on in that part. But at the same time, it doesn't hold back the fact that this is 3 times.
Hey, that's true. Hey, Brian said, fool me once, shame on you.
Right.
Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me thrice, give him life.
Thrice. I love it, Brian.
Hey, this dude Brian an idiot, man.
I love Brian.
Man, he said
thrice.
He said, sounds like his attorney wasn't doing his best. Hey, and that's what I'm saying. I was just about to say that before Brian put public defenders are often half-assed in it. And I'm about to say, did he have a public defender or what?
That's what I'm about to say, bro. Yo, that's what I'm saying. Like, is that what happened? Because that's definitely how he could have got done. You ain't got a real fucking lawyer. You got somebody up in there that's a goddamn, what the fuck they call them motherfuckers? I can't even think of the word right now, but yo.
Public pretender.
No, the one that do the analysts for lawyers. Something.
What,
whatever.
Pro bono?
No, not pro bono. It's something else. If they do all the work for the lawyers they look up the legal shit for them in order to, bring the
like
case.
Paralegal or something?
There it is, right there. That part right there.
Hey,
yeah.
That sounds crazy, bro. You to be Mystical, and not to say that, resources might be low. You telling me like Master P wouldn't help you? And if Master P ain't help you, one, that really isn't his obligation, and two, that could be a sign that might be actually, you continuously fucking up.
Right. I mean, if P didn't step in the scene, P like, yo, this is gonna mess with my brand. I'm not damaging this. This is business. I gotta stay out of this. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? But if you didn't have no real lawyer, Mystical, that's on you. You over there working with a public defender that's really a paralegal, that's on you. You feel
Hell
me?
no. Hell to the no. And let's keep it pushing, man. This is crazy for him.
Tyler pled guilty to a reduced charge of third-degree rape with a sentence cap of 20 years.
But ultimately, it didn't work.
That sound hard.
He still got his ass 20 years.
So Mystikal has been sentenced to 20 years in prison without the possibility of parole on a third-degree rape charge.
A case we were following closely. Louisiana First News reporter Michelle Maslon has the latest details from Ascension Parish.
After years of legal proceedings, the case against Louisiana rapper Mystikal reaches its conclusion. The 55-year-old New Orleans native, whose real name is Michael Tyler, was sentenced to 20 years in prison.
I think as a celebrity, sometimes trouble finds him.
Prosecutors say Tyler sexually assaulted a woman at his Prairieville home in 2022. During the sentencing hearing, the victim delivered an emotional impact statement. She told the court she was raped and tortured for hours while pleading for her life. She went to the hospital where she was given a rape kit, which showed injuries consistent with her account of what happened. She said the assault continues to impact her physical and mental health 4 years later. Tyler spoke before the court imposed its sentence after hearing the victim speak. He said, "If that's what I did, I deserve every day of this sentence. I'm sorry. I hope you heal." The judge thanked both for addressing the court before handing down the sentence. Tyler will receive credit for time already served. Upon his release from prison, he'll be required to register as a sex offender. This is not his first conviction for a sex crime. Tyler previously pled guilty to similar charges more than 2 decades ago and served 6 years in prison. He has 30 days to appeal.
So, did he just do his own confession?
That man pretty much said, if I did that, yeah, I deserve whatever I get. Well, you got it.
Be careful what you wish for, bro. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Who says, hey, if you was hurt by whatever it is, I'm sorry. Like, you might as well just say, yeah, I'm guilty.
Right. Oh, see? You see what I'm saying? You apologizing? People that's not guilty do not apologize.
Nah. And
you know
that
what
is
I'm saying?
no situation that you can just say, hey, you know what? I'm just going to apologize just to squash it. No, if you ain't guilty of that, then it ain't no apologizing because you didn't do nothing.
Right.
So this is just, yeah, it's all bad. Brian said, bro should have called Saul. If y'all know anything about Breaking Bad.
Hey, man, Saul would get you out of, he would have got his ass out of there.
For real though.
Saul would have got his ass out of that shit. For real.
We'll talk. And honestly, like, yeah, bro, it's looking all bad. You don't admit to anything if you're not guilty. If anything, that'd be giving you more fire to fight.
Right. Yeah. Like, he out here. Well, you know, it ain't no out here. He in there.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? Now, what part is he talking about for him to get out now? It's nothing but an appeal. You know what I mean? And the appeal, they go, yeah, you got 20 years? They are not looking at you. They're not looking to let you out. Even if it's a parole. Who knows when this next parole hearing is? You know what I'm saying? Even if that, the first parole hearing, they like, no. And if it goes to the 30th parole hearing, no. They're not letting that man out. That man is a menace to society now. That man is what you call a serial rapist.
Yeah, like you said,
You know what I'm saying? Like, no. And I don't want him out, even though I do enjoy his artistry. I hate to say that.
Hey, so now that you know this, do this make you think anything differently about his music? Would you still bump his music? I smell smoke and
I know I smell smoke. Like, if that song came on, I'll bump that. But if he's talking about anything with females,
I came in with my dick in my hand.
Oh, there you go. You know what I'm saying? Like, there we go. Man, you gonna make me go back and listen to that song now. Who was that? That was a feature, right?
If I'm not, I want to say that's Shake Your Ass.
It was somebody else was on there with him.
Pharrell was on there on the hook.
It was?
Yeah. Shake your ass. Watch yourself. Show me what you.
There wasn't nobody else rapping on there with him?
No, that was him all by himself.
Whoa. I'm gonna have to go back to that song then, nigga.
I'm telling you, like low key.
I'm gonna have to go back to all of it now. I'm gonna have to go back to all of it now. I'm gonna have to go check that shit out.
I'm not gonna lie, Mystikal has some bangers. Like low key, to be honest with you, this just reminds me like another situation as far as R. Kelly, Mystikal. I wouldn't even want to put Diddy. He's like a quote unquote a deviant from a lot of the stuff that he was doing. I don't know if he was messing with people like, well, if you allegedly giving people baby oil that got substances inside of it that people don't know to where they
right
easy all of a sudden, it's basically on the same thing. So
right.
It kind of seemed like are they being targeted or that's part of the culture? And when I say culture, the music industry culture.
I hear you on that part. And on both sides, that them being targeted. Because when you think about it, that shit been going on way before they been around.
Yeah.
In the Hollywood industry. And I think when it comes to Diddy, he learned a lot from higher ups in the business. And it's like the Epstein game. You know what I'm saying? Blackmail wins you privileges in this game, is what they learned. What did he learn? You know what I'm saying? That's a format of it. And who did he learn it from? What they say is it Clive Davis?
That's one of them people.
Is that what they saying that he learned it from? How to come up in this game? What you should do to come up in this game? The format that Diddy was doing was what he had learned from others that was higher up that taught him to make more money by the Jeffrey Epstein format. You feel me?
Yeah,
this shit been going on for fucking years. But the point with Mystikal, he was in Hollywood, the Hollywood games. He's seen it. You know what I'm saying? He out there acting it out now with others that's not included in Hollywood. That's where the game changed. You understand what I'm saying? That's when the game changed.
And you doing it to some regular person like that.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about that. I ain't trying to be in Hollywood. I'm suing.
Yeah. Right. So he done fucked up, and nigga, I hate to say it because the man was truly a talent back in them days. And it was one of my favorites out of the Master P collection or collage, you should say. You know what I'm saying? The collage of art. He was my favorite. I always knew that he had those lyrics and that talent. And then when Master P brought him in, I was like, whoa, that's dude from such and such. I remember the hockey jersey and all. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, yeah. And then when I'm hearing him, I'm like, yo, he is definitely, it's just like I was telling you about Lil Wayne and the Hot Boys. I was like, yo, Lil Wayne, that motherfucker is hard. And then Mystikal was the standout to them, to me. He was the standout. And then the first time that happened, I'm like, all my respect went away. He got out, he tried to make a comeback. I couldn't respect him still. And then he does it again. Dude, there's nothing. Now when you ask me about can I play his music? No. I can no longer listen or play Mystikal's music. I can't. Because it's going to go against my code of what I believe in life. You know what I'm saying? And I was in there with the shit when the motherfuckers is in there looking for motherfuckers like, can't wait for this motherfucker come up in here. That's what they were saying. Oh, if that motherfucker come up in here, oh, we got that nigga. That's what they were saying.
Yeah.
And I can't help but to believe, or not believe, but be a part of that from, you know, that was something that happened to me in my life that changed my life. And once I got out, it stayed with me. And I kept those type of politics with me in life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I hear or see, or if I did know of anyone like that, honestly, it would be some street justice.
Yeah, nobody likes and nobody plays that game when people, or when men take advantage of people. When you take advantage of somebody that's considered bullies, and bullies get bullied. You feel me? So there's always somebody that's bigger. If it's not going to be one people, it's going to be a group of people. As they say, you're not bigger than a program, and a program is respecting others. You know,
right.
So I agree with you, and I believe that, like, yeah, if somebody was to hear that somebody was taking advantage and they couldn't accept no for an answer and stuff like that, yeah, they're gonna deal with you. They're gonna rearrange your mind frame about that whole shit.
Right,
so,
right. And look, I'm telling you, bro. Look, listen, what I'm saying. He's there right now in the shit. In the South. Them niggas in the South, they on some other shit. Okay? I'm gonna say that right now. Them niggas in the South is on some other shit when they come to prison. That man's there right now. Nigga, your royalties in checks is not enough to pay them people off. I'm sure you done got touched up already. Even though we didn't hear. Uh-oh. Nope. Get out of here, girl. Get out of here. That's my, the fuck? Oh, my bad. That was my girl calling. But this nigga right here, man, I'm sure, because I know I've been there, dude. And especially when it comes to celebrities, those motherfuckers is like, you know what I'm saying? They like, nigga, but I was in the county, okay, but still, them motherfuckers, oh, that motherfucker come over here. You know what I'm saying? That's why protected custody is there. So shit like that don't happen. You know what I mean? I mean, is he PC all day? Is he gin pop? Ain't no way that man walking around gin pop, bro. He gonna get stuck the fuck up.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a good question to ask. Like, because one, like I said, I haven't heard anything about that. Like, we hear about anything that happened with different people that's locked up. So for him not to have any news, he gotta be in PC. And he never really came across as no gangster rapper like that to where they will question him like, what? Oh, why are you going to PC? And, you know, so that's a good question. I really wonder because like if he's like, is Angola still up and running?
Angola is the name of the prison?
In Louisiana, man.
Well, yeah, that name sounds familiar, and yeah, that sounds like that motherfucker's still running.
Man, I remember seeing. I forgot.
Hey, yo, if he's in that motherfucker, dude,
nigga,
yo, he man, Buttman. Buttman got a hold of him.
Before
Buttman was doing this. Come here, nigga.
I think it was Hood to Hood documentary. They went to Louisiana and stuff. Nigga, they had people shooting dice. That nigga had a pistol in the cell, robbing niggas.
Oh, I seen that. I seen that.
Exactly. That's Angola. So
damn.
If he's in anything that's similar to that, it's gonna be some problems for him. Like you're gonna be getting extorted or getting beat the fuck up every day.
Whoa, there you go. You a celebrity at that. There ain't no way you walking around in gin pop. There's no way he's walking. There's no way. It's too many. How do you say? Too many buttmans in that motherfucker. Okay? Predators. There's too many of them up in there that's gonna let that man walk around like that. I'm telling you, dude, that shit ain't happening. He must be in PC. That's something to look up right there, bro.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, if he was at PC all this time, that's 23-1. Oh my God. You're going crazy.
Yeah,
your mind can't expand, and you're just sitting there stuck. You're going nuts and you're in your own thoughts. That man going crazy if he in PC and been there all this time.
And you got to do all those years in PC. That's no type of living. Like,
oh man,
you're supposed to get that 1 hour, but yeah, like I said, like I was in a situation. You get that 1 hour. Oh, we locked down. Somebody had a fight and all this. Oh, so you can't even get out.
No, I'm saying, but the communication part keeps you sane when you're in gym pop. That's why everybody want to go to gym pop. Everybody want to go to gym pop so they can talk to people.
Yep.
That keeps you sane. Without that, you're going insane. And I want to know if he's out there in gym pop like that, because if that man was walking around in gym pop, that man is a victim. Period.
Yeah, somebody getting access
because
to
the way I see it, I don't know how the politics go in the South, but I know in the politics in the South, it's a different game, and them niggas be playing dirty. But over here on the West Coast, you would have in gym pop, you would not last. You would be gone.
They're not playing that shit at all.
You're gone. They're gonna get you. You're gonna be out of there. You're not coming back. That's why I'm asking, is this man in PC and has he been there all this time?
Yeah, we're gonna have to find that shit out, man. That's
whoa,
Tuesday
bro.
Sentence. Michelle Masson, Louisiana First News.
And Mr. Tyler was taken into custody following the hearing.
A very important message from our sponsor, Cloak. Most people who sign up for these kind of services they're showing this is how we, but because day in from take you back to what they get Cloak today, man. Thank me later. Let me take you back to what the hell had happened, and I'm gonna actually reveal who the hell was the person that got awed by him. Let's start with this one right here.
Okay. Oh, this guy?
Now, as soon as it get interesting, hey?
I said, this guy?
State News rapper was slipped into the Ascension Parish Jail after deputies responded to a call about a sexual assault case. 51-year-old Michael Tyler, also known as Mystikal, was arrested on multiple charges, including first-degree rape and domestic abuse battery. Detectives interviewed a victim at a hospital who sustained injuries. The investigation led to Tyler being identified as a suspect. This is not the first time Tyler has faced charges regarding sexual misconduct. In 2003, the rapper pleaded guilty to sexual battery and spent time in prison. All persons are presumed innocent until proven guilty.
And you had people from his team who actually acted like, bruh, hold on, he's innocent. So they made their media runs. And dare I say, listen to this stone cold bullshit.
Get from that to this. How does it move like this?
So I'm gonna tell you like this, man. First of all, they gotta get them one more big headline to make it seem like it's gonna be something. Like, remember the last time he got let out? Now they said he was facing life,
right?
And let him out. So now with this one, he did plead guilty. I seen that, but look, everybody talking about 20 years. He pleaded guilty to a lesser charge, to 20 years.
Explain.
But they just gonna say 20 years to make it sound like, oh, that's good for the headlines, right?
You say up to 20 years is just them trying to amp it up, is what you're saying.
Right, but what I'm saying is even them saying up to 20 years, that's all you hear is 20 years. They ain't saying they ain't saying he pled guilty to a lesser charge, 2 to 20. They saying he pled guilty, he facing 20. You see how the media do that to you?
Yeah, but when you read these articles and stuff that they're putting out, like on the news article, WBRZ2, which I just played, the one I played yesterday, which was Channel 7, these are Louisiana-based news stations. What would the news stations benefit from, of course, viewership, but why would they spice it up? When you see him walking through on the crutches on one, you see him here like on this one I just shown where they show the house that it happened at.
He walking on crutches and regular clothes. That man been wearing earrings for 5 years.
So they just basically building it up to where people can see him, because that's what news do. They just putting it out there that he pled guilty. It ain't like they're making it up. He pled guilty to a lesser charge that could carry up to 20 years. Now, a lot of people, me being the devil's advocate, Mike, is going to say, but this ain't the first time we've heard this about Mystikal.
What he ultimately wanted was to plead to a lesser, because of course he would plead not guilty.
Well, in the court today, rapper Mystikal pleads not guilty to rape and drug charges. The charges accuse Mystikal of raping and choking a woman in his Louisiana home, as well as possessing several drugs. Mystikal's attorney says he is innocent on all charges. The charges include first-degree rape, which carries an automatic life sentence. Other charges include false imprisonment, possession of heroin, marijuana, methamphetamine, Xanax, and possession of drug paraphernalia.
But the person he had raped was a mother of his child. He raped a baby mama, bruh. He did that shit. How do I know? I know the family of the victim. Now, the worst part about this shit is that we are going to have to review his lyrics and go, he was telling us all the time, danger, watch yourself. Hell, his album, Mind the Mystical, Tarantula, all of these damn things. And it gets to a point in rap where, and in music, really, all of this shit where you had to go, damn, bruh, this shit wrong. He was accused of this shit 3 times. 3rd time you're out. Now, y'all like, damn, Nash, so why are you saying he's going to die in jail? Because ultimately, that's what's going to happen. He's going to be 77 when he gets out. Nobody's
not going to be 77.
The days, and dare I say, the years leading up to him getting out, I can predict that his health is going to decline rapidly, and he won't be making it out of Louisiana State Prison. Deservedly so.
Hell no.
He beat that woman. He tortured her. He took her innocence away. She is beyond repair. She's fucked. If you disagree and you do all of this shit where you say, oh, man, said in Nash, well, the first case he got found guilty. All right. The second case he got found not guilty. All right. But you hear what he said? If I
the second case,
I deserve everything. Bruh, you know. They try to play it off as drugs and, Mystikal suffers from bipolar disorder. And that's all right, because he'll get all the help he fucking needs in the state pen. I don't know what the inmates will do to him, but one thing I can tell you is this: the stay won't be pretty. And maybe because he's a celebrity, maybe because he has people lying about
that don't
his
mean shit
involvement. maybe that ultimately allows people to become fans of him, let him dance on tables and sing the song.
Don't do it. Don't you do it. Don't you, nigga.
That type of shit. God. Maybe he can do that on a table or something.
No, Mystikal, don't do that.
Maybe,
Mystikal,
but I doubt it.
Don't do that.
But I don't know. I've never been to penitentiary. Never want to go to penitentiary.
Me neither. And I've been schooled about it, and I don't want to go.
It's not looking too good for him, man. Now, he said the first one he was found guilty. The second one he's not guilty. This is the third
I know.
case.
I didn't know the second he was not guilty. I didn't know about that. So the second he was not guilty and he was free, right? This is after the first one. The second one happens, he's free, and then he decides to do it again while he's free.
He had a 2003 conviction where he pled guilty to S battery.
Damn. 2000. Wait. Okay, go ahead.
2003. And then he had an arrest in 2012 where he spent 81 days in jail for violating his probation for a domestic abuse battery charge against his partner. 2017, he spent 18 months in jail facing charges of first degree R and second degree kidnapping from an incident in at a casino in Shreveport. So I don't see anything about him being not found guilty. Those are three situations that kind of dealt with the same ramifications.
Right. Well, but the other ones is just domestic violence. Those ones that the last one you said, that's the true conviction, which was the one, and he only did 2 years of that.
Yeah, basically.
Whoa. You lucky ass nigga.
Wait, it says a grand jury ultimately.
He did 6.
They declined to indict him, and the charges were dismissed in 2020 due to new evidence. So the 2017 case, basically, they was going to convict him. He spent a lot of time in jail, but then they found new evidence to where they wasn't going to proceed with everything. So, it's like
they let him out.
Yeah,
and he was granted freedom, and he fucked up.
Yeah,
and did the same thing.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like this can't be just some coincidence of happenstance of somebody just targeting you.
That shit's called behavior.
Yeah, man.
You hear me?
Hey, and on top of that, like all the songs that he made that was low key kind of sexualized and all that shit.
Whoa, going back. I'm gonna go back. I'm going back. I gotta hear that.
Maybe that's the type.
It was one of those songs. I can't remember what it was, but there was a sexual song that he wrote about involving a female.
Matter of fact, he had a song called "A Pussy Crook."
Was that it?
They called me the Pussy Crook, bro.
Whoa, was that it? What year was that?
If I'm not mistaken, up, bro. That was on Tarantula.
And that was what album? The first? Oh no, the second. Oh.
That was like what, his third? It came out in 2001.
Yeah, the third, the one with Shake Your Ass.
Yeah,
right?
See this album.
Oh shit. Hold on. Oh fuck.
What type of name is that for a song?
Yo, there it go.
Calling all cars. Be on the lookout for a pussy vandalism.
Oh my god,
bro! Like that.
He told on himself.
That's not good.
He told on himself. He self snitched. The prosecution and the district attorney didn't even look at it. They didn't even know the song. Oh my god, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. And that was off the Tarantula album. Is that the song I'm talking about?
I'm trying to think.
I'm gonna listen to that tonight when we get off. I'm step out of this motherfucker because I'm making a move, and I'm gonna put that song on while I'm driving. I hate to do it. I don't want to put it up loud and shit. Motherfuckers be like, yo.
Get him.
But I gotta do my research. You feel me? I gotta do my research. I gotta come back on that. Hey man, we gotta come back to this subject on this. We gotta do some research on this, man. We need to find out some things. I'm gonna look into this shit, bro.
And I'm trying to think, like, that's probably you know what? Because the first album was Mind the Mystical before No Limit. Then he had Unpredictable. Then he did The Ghetto Fabulous. Then after that, I think either it was Let's Get Ready to Rumble and then Tarantula.
Okay, what was the one that he took off from with Master P? Ghetto Fabulous?
Yeah, Ghetto Fabulous was his first album that was on No Limit because the Unpredictable and Mind the Mystical, that was on Jive Records. So,
that was that. He left from them after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he did that to make him say, everybody's like, oh yeah, mystical. And then he dropped the
right.
Ghetto Fabulous.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Shake Your Ass and all that stuff, that was on Let's Get Ready to Rumble, if I'm not mistaken. Like, Mystical made some bangers, very dope artist, but sad to say, I think he's going to have to go in the same category as R. Kelly. Now, some people, they still listen to R. Kelly, even though that they know what he did to that chick.
Don't mean to cut you off, bro, but I was out with the family. We out here doing our little shopping. And we in the shopping center, and a Mexican passed by and was playing R. Kelly.
What song?
I can't remember what particular song it was, but I definitely recognized the song as soon as I heard it. And he was playing it loud. You know what I'm saying? I was like at least 25, 30 feet away. Yeah. And I hear the song. I didn't even tap my girl. I should just like bumped her like, hey, look. I'm over there playing R. Kelly. I didn't even say nothing. But as we was getting closer, people was crossing, because we going to the store we was at, and he stopped, and I'm sitting there listening to it, and I'm like, and then I looked at him. I was like, wow. He wasn't even black.
They probably ain't into the politics like that because it's not really.
Bro, he wasn't. Dude, I haven't heard nobody playing R. Kelly in a fucking car in years, bro. So when I heard it, I was fascinated. You understand what I'm saying? So I had to like get over there to see who was playing it because he was in a truck. He was in like a Ford, like one of them new Ford trucks.
Yeah.
And when I got closer and I seen, looked like he was in his 30s. Mexican guy in his 30s playing R. Kelly loud.
Now, was it R. Kelly, the 12 play R. Kelly, or was it like Fiesta R. Kelly?
It was it was the old shit from like 95.
Ah, snap. Yeah, them love songs.
Yeah, 95, 96, 95 to 97 era. That's what he was playing. I'm like, whoa. That truly shocked me because when I heard it, I'm like, yo, who the fuck playing R. Kelly? I didn't even, like I said, I should have bumped my girl to get her attention. But I'm like, yo, I want to know. I hear it, but he got stopped right there in the store. I'm about to go in. I'm walking with the family, and I look, I was like, he wasn't the guy I thought that was going to be playing that song. It was crazy. That shit was crazy, dude. I expected an old man. He was going to be black. You know what I'm saying? He was going to look like one of them old players that be getting at the young one. The young ones, hey, come here, girl. Let me give you $40. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of them. But nah, it was the whole opposite. That shit tore me up right there. It fucked me up. Like, I couldn't understand none of that.
Man.
For real.
Shit, so on the final thoughts, man, Mystikal really threw his life away behind some coochie. It's very sad. This dude is super talented. Like I said before, the best artist that they had on No Limit. He was literally the favorite artist I fucked with.
He was.
Yeah, he threw his whole legacy away. As Brian said earlier, you know, fool me once, fool me twice, and all that stuff. You can't be accused of the same shit multiple times and expecting people to think that everything is innocent on your part all the time. So it sucks that that he's in that situation, but it sounds like he
does
himself in that, man. And
yeah, it does. It really
surprised if he's the next person that people talk about canceling his music, like, because we was talking about R. Kelly. I believe like how people deal with R. Kelly, they saying like, well, you know, I'll listen to I Believe I Can Fly and all those other inspirational songs, but then when it comes to like the slow jamming, love making songs, I'll skip that and stuff. So, you know, a lot of Mystical songs were of talking about different women and everything. So, you know, I'm pretty sure people are going to just like low-key cancel him. And it sucks that he did that shit, but he's going to have to get some type of help. And with him being locked up, yeah, somebody going to help him. Corny said, but man is going to get his mind right. So it's not going to be a very pleasant trip for the next 20 years or however long that he be in there. So, you know, to be honest with you, I think we just have to call out the bullshit. Even if it's your favorite artist and stuff, if they do some shit that's wrong, we got to hold them accountable, man. And
you got to.
It is what it is. So what you got to say about that, Corny, man?
Shit, me? Shit, I think I done said enough, but I can reiterate on that shit. Check this out, Mystical. I'm sorry about your situation. I'm sorry that you put yourself in that situation. I'm really sorry to listening to your music and not really interpreting what you was really doing in life, playing it out in reality. I'm sorry for that. But I'm not sorry for you being a fucking piece of shit. I have a 7-year-old daughter. You're out here. You was granted freedom after the first time. You only did 2 years. You was lucky for that. And I'm going to say this now. You was lucky for that. 2 year stint off of that charge. Did you come out? You're granted freedom. And then you go and do the same crime. They said you was not guilty on that. You should have learned your lesson. I better stop what the hell I'm doing, whatever I'm doing. I need to stop these Hollywood games. You went out and did it the third time. 3 times a lady. Nigga, you out of here, bro. The umpire done officially struck your ass out. You are officially where you supposed to be. I don't care what type of deal or how they fucking swindled your ass into the deal. If anything, you should have said not guilty instead of pleading guilty, because you pleaded guilty. They said they gonna give you 2 to 20. You thought you was pleading on a lesser charge, and then got swindled by you pleading guilty. You fucked yourself right there. Appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Because you a piece of shit any motherfucking way for doing the things that you did. And I don't believe in none of that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to say it. I don't give a fuck if you motherfuckers out here watching this shit and y'all mad about it. Fuck y'all too. Now what? What I'm saying is he's right there where he's supposed to be. And I'm pretty sure he's already met Buttman. I don't care what y'all say, celebrity-wise. He ain't got no money to protect himself like that up in there. Not in Louisiana. That prison system is run a whole completely different way than over here on this West Coast side. They run games different. Their politics is totally different. And the politics over there is like, yo, you better have your strap on you. I guarantee you that this man is not walking around in gin pop. I guarantee you that that he's not walking around a gym pop. That man is going to be in PC for the rest of his life. Not because of his celebrityism, not because he's a celebrity, because of his charges. They don't care if you're a celebrity. If you was a celebrity and had those charges, they want you even more.
Yeah, man.
Yo, I'm gonna say this. Like I said, he got what he deserved. He did it 3 times. Jury convicted him from the evidence, the stories that they heard. Sadie Nash has said he knew the family personally. You know what I'm saying? So he really knows what was going on. He didn't speak too much on it, but he did say he personally know the family. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure he got the story. You know what I mean? And he's convinced. Even though he be out there pushing out that some false narratives on something sometimes. Yeah, let's go with that. We got to bring that in there because I did a video on him like, yo, him and Flocka was on some bullshit. But let's get that out the way. Mystikal, you're going to be there for 20. You're not getting out. There's not going to be no parole hearing. You're here, yeah, you get that, but they're not going to grant you freedom. They know that you're a menace to society just because of your history. And I don't even think they listened to the lyrics. Maybe they did after. I don't know. But I'm going back to research some of that shit and then come back on the subject if we bring this up and say most definitely, for my determination, it ain't gonna be no change of it. You know what I mean? I can't see myself looking the other way as if I'm gonna defend this man. I'm saying that in a legal stance way, as if I was a lawyer. Morally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I couldn't do it.
Yeah, man. And on top of the fact that it's crazy that he lost his own sister in a similar fashion. You know, she was assaulted in the family home.
I heard about that.
And then he came home to discover her body, her lifeless body. So
yeah,
telling me that, you know, your sister went through something like that and you going around taking advantage of different women, like that's some sad shit. I don't know if that's like some type of trauma, but that definitely don't give you no excuse to do that. So
it sure doesn't. Doesn't. There's no excuse for that at all. None at all. And they're looking for you. They're gonna find you, and they're gonna get you, especially if you in Gen Pop. And if he ain't been got, he gonna get got. And I'm saying that now. I said it before. He gonna get got, and I'm positive about that, bro.
Hey, he's lucky to be in America, because if you was over there in India or any other place and you got accused of doing that, you know what they'll do to you? the street justice that you was talking about earlier is something that will be very prevalent. You wouldn't have to worry about 20 years. They give you 20 minutes of some 2x4s and some other objects to where you're not going to be here no more. You know, so it is what it is. And it's another dope live, man. We go live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Wait, Brian said he's going to be somebody's wife.
He already is.
Hey,
a big ass nigga named Buttman. It's a big ass nigga named Buttman. Hey, I'm gonna send you that link, bro, and I want you to I want you to watch from the beginning to the end. It's long. So it's gonna take you about a month or two to watch that shit when you get time. Yeah. It's real. It's real, bro. And this dude tells this story animatedly, like, you know, you can see it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna send that shit to you. I'm gonna send the first episode to you tonight. I'm gonna find that motherfucker after this. I'm gonna find the first episode. I'm gonna send that shit to you, and I want you to watch that shit, nigga. And you gonna see what I'm talking about. You gonna this that South shit, bro. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm saying. This is my whole point of me saying it. This that South shit, bro. Them South politics, jails, politics is different.
Totally different, bro. Yeah, I'm already knowing, man. Hey, but shit, we had a good episode tonight. Like I said, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Salute to OG Corn Dog. Salute to Micah pulling up. Salute to Brian pulling up.
Mike?
Who else we got in here? Okay, that's basically it. Who else? Brian said maybe he should have changed his name to Kavasi because it's about to be passed around.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Brian's on the sick one tonight, man.
Hey, man.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. Like I said, that dude was one of my favorite rappers, and sadly, I don't think I'm gonna be bumping his music like that no more. It's like what people do in their personal life do make a difference to support them or not support them. You know,
right.
If it feels lies, that's one thing, but you know, if it's constantly the same thing, then you gotta have some type of truth to it. And you saying that you sorry and all this shit, that don't make it any better. So
right.
It is what it is, man. Good episode, bro. I'll holler at you later and shit. And for y'all, yeah, check us out Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, man. Peace.
Yo, you now rocking with classic music. Now, what I want you to do is hit that like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Yeah, let's get it.